I have a mission. My Land Rover Defender has this ugly lump on the front of the bonnet, and I want to take this off and put checker plate on it. And the reason there is this bump is that there is actually a compressor here. This compressor used to be hooked up to the engine, and I already had this dismounted because this was a little bit of a mission. There was always friction here and it didn't work very good with the belt since I've owned the car since 9 years. And the thing is that this compressor is actually for a trailer with compressed air brakes, and I don't need this anymore. I've never used it in the last 9 years since I've owned the car. And the brakes, they go everywhere, huh? They're all around the car. They come here up to the front. I already had to dismount them here. Then they're at the rear, of course, and then there's the big tank underneath here. And there's been so much stuff that I really had to work around. When you're working on the car, you have to work around these brakes that are not useful anymore. So I'm going to remove the whole set of brakes out of the car. This cost a lot of money to install initially, about 25 years ago, 26 years ago, but now they don't serve the purpose anymore. And what's also, if I would leave them in, it's not sure that they're going to run properly anymore, because you also have to maintain this stuff. We've already kept the oil lines. My mechanic did that, because there was oil running through the whole system. So first of all, I had to get rid of those, and then we just covered the lines, and now it's just up to me to unscrew all this stuff and take everything out. I already got myself a checker plate that fits the bonnet exactly with the holes inside. So after I remove this and I knock out this lump here, I'm going to mount the checker plate, make the car look sexy again. For these jobs, it's nice to have one of these magnets that you can twist and bend, and also it has a light, so I can go and fetch the stuff that I can't get up with my hands. I managed to get the compressor out. Heavy, pretty heavy thing here, huh? Now the next thing is these pipes. They come over here, and whatever this is, some valves. Next thing to remove. Good thing is that this stuff really comes off pretty easily. So I'm getting the next part out. So now I'm going to get rid of this ugly lump here. I'm just going to cut it out. Then I have a hole here, and then I'm going to put a nice checker plate on the bonnet. And this is quite simple here. Bonnet comes off quite simple. See if I can do this alone. And I just have to lift it out of here. Okay, and that's it. Because these hinges are open, so it just lifts out, and now I can work on it. This just has been glued inside here. I have to release it. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. There we go. No. Big hole. Then I got this here. Should fit on actually perfectly, huh? Designed for this bonnet. Pretty good. Now I'm gonna have to fit it nicely, drill some holes, put some glue underneath so it is a little tight and doesn't vibrate too much, and then I will bolt it on. Now it's a little bit of a mission to find exactly the dead center. Just clamping it down so it doesn't slide anywhere anymore. Next thing, I'm marking the holes. And so on. So I got some of these rivets with black heads on them, and now I just made sure that they all fit. Then I'll take the metal sheet off again. Then I clean and degrease the whole thing. Now I'm also going to degrease this part here, because with the leftover glue, I'm gonna seal also this to make sure to conserve the car a little bit. And then also on the roof, I'm gonna also seal this one here. See how far I get with the sealant that I have. Cut this off on a slant, about like this. Okay, and then I'm going to just really spread this around the edges. I don't think this has to be very exact, really. Okay, that should do. It'd be nice to get it on right immediately. Place the rivets. If you're wondering what glue I'm using here, this is a polyurethane bonding and sealing mass. And then, of course, what every Defender owner should own is these rivet pliers. There are also bigger ones. Generally I got through with these because I just had them laying around, but I would buy bigger ones if I wouldn't have had these already. go on like this, make sure that it's nicely settled, and then it pops. And if you want to be sure that when it pops you don't scratch up the rest of the paint, then you can always take a piece of cardboard and then do this here. And that way you can avoid, because every time you pull off one of the rivets, it bounces, and when it bounces you don't want the hammer on the metal, so it all stays nice and neat here, huh? So I got all the rivets in. I placed 2 extra because I felt like here there's a little bit of the distance is too big here, and then I had to bend it a little bit that it all fits together very well. But I think this worked out really nicely. And now it's going to go back on the Defender. Okay, now the bonnet is on. Looking good, huh? Now I have leftover of this glue here, and I'm going to seal proof the roof because sometimes it rains in from the ceiling. So this gap here I'm going to fill up. I already put some tape on left and right of it, and now I'm going to just glue this so that's also sealed. Then I get some soapy water, spray it, and then with my finger I clear this. I can tell that I don't do this so frequently. Make sure I don't make a mess here. And then when I strap off the tape, this looks quite nice, huh? As nice as a roof has to look, huh? And then this side here, it's easier than you would think it is. A little bit dirty job. But it helps a lot against the corrosion on this car, which is a common problem because the car rusts from inside. So the tighter you can get it, the better. I'll pull this off, both sides, same time. There we go. Good. That looks good to me. Now I still have some of this stuff left over. I'm gonna also fill this gap at the back. So now we've taped this on both sides again, and now we're going for the filler.
Start it.
Apply some soap water and then clear it. And because I still have some sealant left over, I'm also gonna seal the front part of the car here, because here water goes in here and then also it ends up down on the feet. So I'm just gonna seal this until here. That's it. So this was quite easy, mounting the checker plate, then sealing the whole car really. I mean, as much as you can seal on a car like this. The roof is very important. If you get a Defender, definitely seal the roof, because the water runs in here, comes inside, and then it drips in on the ceiling. So I really recommend that. And also it rains on your feet, and partially I think it comes from here, but I'm not sure yet. Then what's also very important is to seal the windows here on the sides. Inside here I just stuck some sealant in here too, but this is quite elastic. This you can always take out, because you have to be able to take out these rubber sealings as well. So these are just these corners I just have made waterproof, because the water will run inside of it, will always run inside, but the less that runs inside the door, because the door rusts, and the rusting metal here then also corrodes the aluminium from inside, and aluminum corrodes from inside, and then the doors are wrecked. And this car, you can say these doors are wrecked already. I already fixed this, but eventually I'm going to have to change the whole door, the whole door plate. And then here, this is very important to seal this, so the water that gets in through here goes inside here, and then you also have the corrosion on this side. And look, this car is still really healthy around here. That's really amazing. But when you open up this, you can also see that there's going to be a little bit of corrosion. Definitely a good thing to seal up these things here. So one of these cartridges was sufficient for the whole car. There's even some left, and it took me about 2-3 hours to get everything done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and it was a little bit helpful for you, and you can always subscribe and like, of course.